I would be greatly surprised if anyone in here has never experienced doubt in life. Would I be right? We can doubt many things. We can doubt somebody's love, even if they've loved us for a long time. It's like you can't prove love. We might have trumped up or even seen some reason to doubt that. We might doubt the future, be afraid of it. We could doubt someone that we thought was going to be a great leader, and then turned out, it's like, I don't know, maybe that was the wrong vote. Ever been there? Yeah. Of course, we can doubt God, especially in our most traumatic kinds of situations and suffering. And we can have our doubts about the church. In this last decade or so, that's been perhaps more true than it's been in a while, about the scandals that have come and certain things that have happened, and we can have our doubts there too. And on this Sunday celebration, we know that Thomas doubted, so we're in good company. I mean, he wasn't there the first time, and he doubted because he had placed all his hopes in Jesus Christ and saw those hopes crucified and put to death on the cross. Who wouldn't doubt that? And like I said, usually it's trauma or some kind of struggle or suffering which brings that doubt to the fore. There could be other many reasons. And who would blame Thomas for doubting? Would you? You blame him? No, I get it. And who really can blame us for at least some of our doubts? Because don't we have real questions about things that happen in life and where God is in the midst of them and where other people are? I mean, this is reality. This is down to earth, feet on the ground kind of stuff. Given that it is a fact of life, I think we can draw a couple things, among others, from our readings today that might help us with it. The first two things are things not to do when we doubt. The first thing not to do is to separate ourselves, isolate ourselves from others, just like Thomas evidently did in today's gospel. It was the first day of the week, 2 days afterwards, there they are gathered together, and he's not there. Where is he? It wouldn't be hard to think he was still hiding away in some hole, afraid for his life. He wasn't with the rest of the folks. And when we try to live life alone, especially when we are struggling with our own doubts, can't we drive ourselves crazy? We just get our minds going in vicious circles and we make up stuff, and it's like it gets worse. Or if we actually said the words to somebody else, they might say, "What?" So the first thing is, don't isolate ourselves from others when we doubt. Don't be alone. And the second thing is, what we should not do, it would be best not to do, is to deny the witness of others. And that's what Thomas did. We've seen the Lord, and it was a choice. I will not believe. Now that's a choice. I won't believe. What else could he have said? He could have said, "Really? Really? Is that true? If only I could believe that. I'd love to see it." He could have said that, but he didn't. He said, "I will not believe until I probe the wounds," shutting himself off. So the second bit of advice of what not to do is not to deny the witness of others, to take it into account. Okay, now there's a couple things that the reading suggests that it would be best to do. And the first one, obviously, is the converse of the first two, and that is stay connected to the community. Because it is in the community where we come to faith. I mean, look at this crowd. They're up in an upper room with the door locked. They're all afraid, but they're together. And once the Lord appeared to them, and once they were commissioned with the Holy Spirit, they went out, they were focused, they were strong, and they began a great church, a great faith, which has lasted over 2,000 years, and I believe will last forever. They were together. Stay connected to the community. And it's in the community that we find strength, because in the community we find people sometimes who are strong in faith and others who aren't. And one supports the other. And at one time we'll be the strong ones, and chances are pretty good at another time we'll be the weaker ones. We support each other. But then you might say, yeah, but the community is what I doubt. I mean, look at the church. We've had reason to say that. And then we need to be real about it. The church has light and darkness. It has always had light and darkness. It does today, and it will forever. But we believe, and my experience has been, that the church is much more light than it is darkness. Is that your experience? That in the church there is so much good going on with its people and with its mission that, yes, it is a divine institution in human beings, and some of it, most of it, has lived out well, and some of it hasn't, because it's a divine and human institution. It means that we will make mistakes and there will be some darkness. But believe in the church that God has made and in the Holy Spirit who inspires and protects and guides and enlivens this church. Believe in it. Stay connected. The second thing, again, among others that I will mention that we could well do, that we need to do, is this. That we are to realize that we're not going to get out of this life without some scars and wounds. Isn't that true? Okay. It's part of life. We are going to suffer. There will be scars. There will be wounds. And thinking about this, I remember some years ago with my youngest brother, we sat down and counted out who had the most stitches in their life from the scars that we had. At the time he won. I think I'm ahead now, but those aren't the scars that really matter, are they? It's the scars in our hearts and souls. It's the wounds that we carry with us, hoping, praying that they will be healed, but there will still be scars. And in a way, it kind of gives us credibility, doesn't it? I knew two brothers in another state, another place. It's not my family, it's two other guys. And one was saying, yeah, but your life was so easy. You've always had it handed to you. And he said, I have not. I've suffered this, this, and the other one says, yeah, well, I suffered this, and this. And what are they trying to do? Say, my life's got some credibility because I've suffered these things. Not that we go around looking for it, but to realize that there will be scars, there will be wounds that happen in life, but not to stop there. Because Jesus came and showed them his wounds. He didn't cover them over, okay, I'm up and I'm getting rid of these wounds because I don't like them. He didn't say that. He said, take a look at the wounds and in my feet. And he's saying, it's not the end. those wounds do not kill us forever, that there is resurrection. We can be healed and we can be brought to life again. Wiser, a little more experienced about life, more credibility, if you will, and we will live again, and in a new way. As we heard in the readings, many signs and wonders were worked among the disciples so that you might believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, that he has risen from the dead. And if you believe these things, you will have life. As we look at the doubting Thomas and we look at the doubts in our own lives, we've got some hints about what to do with them. But the biggest thing is to keep our eyes on Jesus, who suffered it all and now lives again. Stay with him, and we too will live.